If you've ever asked the universe for some kind of sign and got it clear as day, what was it and how did it go? I was walking, what would have been a 4-hour drive, and I was walking. I straight up begged for a car to stop and pick me up, and literally seconds later a woman stopped who was traveling all the way to where I was heading. Same town. 4 hours away. What are those odds? Similar thing happened to me. A guy picked me up when I was hitchhiking and was going to drop me off at the train station so I could catch a coach to my hometown 4 hours away. As we were chatting we realized we were heading to the same town. He was a delivery driver doing drop-offs along the way. He offered for me to stay with him in the car. I helped him map out his deliveries and he bought me a pup feed and dropped me off outside my parents' place and came in for a cuppa and met them. I asked if I should bother sending a text to my abusive ex. My phone responded by discharging all of its electricity through the charger port and refusing to turn back on. Edit. I feel as though I should clarify this since there's been a bit of confusion. I'm a dude. The abuser was my ex-girlfriend. So, yeah. Sadly that shit happens to guys too. But I was lucky to have supportive friends and family that helped me to get the hell away from her. And now I know what signs to look for and what lines don't get crossed. Actually just got out of the healthiest relationship of my life. And though I'm quite sad about it ending, at least I know now how to find a good person to be vulnerable with. Good phone. Good bot. All my life, whenever I went to the beach I had wanted to find an intact sand dollar. I had found lots of pieces, but never a whole one. When I was in my mid 32nds, I went with a group of friends to the coast. I was walking alone along the beach and the moonlight close to midnight. I was feeling very sorry for myself in the dark and really lonely, even though I was with my friends that weekend. I had just started thinking the thought, wouldn't it be a great sign right now to know that I'm loved if I finally found a sand dollar? I had barely formed the thought when I looked down, and right at my feet was an intact sand dollar. Universe told your insecurities, I'm gonna pay you one sand dollar to F off. The universe was pulling a Ricky. Way she goes. Boys, way she effin' goes. First Reddit award on a Trailer Park Boys reference. Thanks you greasy bastard. Way of the beach, buddy. I really don't like my job, and I've been daydreaming about what I could do. I just needed a place to be able to do it. The next day I get offered to house sit for a couple years in this big Japanese house that has a storefront in the front. There's a perfect space to do what I would want to do. I would live rent free and be able to save up to buy my own business visa here. I wouldn't need to work in this job anymore. Greater than sign. Sounds great. Good for you. I love that for you. Lottery tickets. I was always curious about lottery tickets, but never wanted to indulge in it. One day in a grocery store, I told the universe, I'm going to buy a lotto ticket now, not the grand bumper ones. Just a simple scratch one, for the first time in life. If I win a prize, I'll take it as a sign from you, and never buy it again. I bought a ticket for $3, scratched it and won $500. I smiled and donated $250 of the amount. Enjoyed some good food multiple times with the other $250. Never bought or looked at a lottery ticket again. Will never do. You won $500, which was then well spent. You have a story to pass on when appropriate. Life is made up by the small moments like these. Share and enjoy. Well done. Had to choose between MCDS and Taco Bell. I flipped a coin and chose MCDS. Friend got TB and had food poisoning. For a solid minute I thought TB was referring to tuberculosis instead of Taco Bell, and I was really confused. I thought that was pretty harsh punishment for not getting MCDs with a friend. Yeah, both tuberculosis and food poisoning might be a bit overkill. I decided to kill myself about the age of 13. Life sucked, and I planned to go home from church that night and off myself if there was no direct intervention. Out of nowhere my aunt stopped me and said, I feel like you need to come home with me, and I'm still here. Damn bitch. I hope you are doing better now. Next week I'll be 30. Something I never thought I'd be. Ups and downs. but so many great things I'd have missed otherwise. Happy almost birthday. Glad you're still here. I had asked the universe for a sign of good and friendly people really existing out in this world. I know. It's kinda stupid, but I have struggled with making friends that weren't toxic. And I felt like I just wasn't destined to have great friends. About 2 days after I had asked for a sign, I went to my local park to do my daily routine of sitting down, smoking my cigarettes, and reading, and for some strange reason, a pair of strangers came up to me and introduced themselves. We ended up talking with each other for what felt like hours, and eventually, I had asked them why they came up to me, and the guy said, "Oh, we made a deal to see if we could make any new friends, and we did. You're a new friend." After, we all walked and got some cookies and ice cream and chilled again by the river this time. They both are now my closest friends. And it all started because I was at the right place and at the right time for them to come up to me. I strongly believe that it was the universe's doing, and I'm so grateful for it. Edit. I've had some questions about how exactly I attracted my friends. I changed my thoughts and my feelings about myself and those around me. I began to become a more happier version of myself and thought of myself as a fun and happy person. I also began to feel the emotions of gratitude and happiness, and I would thank the universe for all the good things in my life. Remember, your thoughts and feelings are what create your future, and the universe knows nothing more but to attract to you what you attract to it. I hope this helps. Edit 2. I have told my friends about me asking the universe for new friends that would support and love me regardless. And they said that they had in a way done the same thing. My friends had wanted to make new friends for a while. They had actually made a deal that they would go up and try and make friends. It just happened to be that I was the first person they met and ended up being the person they had hoped to meet. I guess all I can say is just have belief and faith in the universe. Don't worry about how you will make the friends you want. Just believe that you already have them in your life and they will come. By asking for a sign, you're almost daring the universe to show that it is really looking out for you, and the universe will always respond, just in a way that you won't expect. Best of luck to all of you, my friends. I wish you nothing but the best. I know someone else get lucky this way too. It's a beautiful post you've written. I'm still waiting for friends after I lost a few due to them moving. Why wait? Why not be the person that begins the conversation? Not everyone can be the person that asks for a sign. Go be the sign. Be the change you want to see in the world. Jack the Ripper shall be second. After reading this thread, a group hug is needed. Everybody. Group hug thread. Sounds really stupid, but I was visiting my nanny, and she had just spontaneously told me her sexual abuse story. I was shocked, and hadn't ever told anyone mine. So on the drive home I jokingly told myself, if there's Y in the next number plate I see on the way home, I'll tell my boyfriend my story. Probably 9/10 cars had a Y on them. I think it was just a coincidence, but at least I got to tell my story and I don't regret it. First off, I truly believe in signs. Second, whether it was or wasn't a sign, I'm glad you told him. //carrot 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 why your usernames totally match. It's a sign. The universe has told me what to crave, and the universe reminded me what I'm doing right now. I was in a bad time of my life. I grew up quite naive and I'd like to say sheltered. So when my first boyfriend broke up with me, it was the worst thing that ever happened to me. He was my first, and I took it very seriously, so it made it 1000 times worse for me. I already had depression, but this knocked me onto suicidal territory. I wasn't sleeping, lost 20 pounds BC, I wouldn't eat. I felt sickly, weak, and just didn't want to be here anymore. I felt like no one cared. I just wanted someone to hold me and tell me that it'll be okay. I like to drive and blast my music when I'm upset to unwind. So I started to drive on the highway and I decided I was finally going to end it. A few minutes before I was going to gear my car off the highway into the lining of trees, I looked in my rearview mirror and saw an ambulance driving behind me. I had never seen an ambulance on the highway that didn't have its signal going, and immediately broke down and cried. The ambulance was just cruising behind me. I took that as a sign that the universe did care and that I was significant. So I drove home to my mother and told her I needed help. I was taken to the hospital, put on medication, and went to therapy for my underlying issues and depression. A year and a half later I'm off medication, no longer needing therapy, and currently thriving. That ambulance truly saved me that day. I was feeling suicidal, too. I was in such a bad place. I decided to end it all one night, got in a cab, and asked the driver to take me to a bridge. There are a lot of big bridges in Seattle. He saw me crying in the backseat and asked me why I wanted to go to the bridge. I told him that I wanted to jump off of it, and then he pulled the car over to the side of the road and then asked if he could pray for me. I started to sob as he prayed. At the end, he took me home free of charge. Before I got off, he asked for my number so that he could check up on me. This was 5 years ago, and he still sends me prayers to this day. These threads are making me cry. Thank you for sharing. Making me tear up too. It's so nice to hear from who were helped and doing better now. Also, if you ever want a bit of a spike in your faith for humanity, watch videos like this one, https://www.youtube.com/watch v=kmyri_mt8a of people saving other people's lives. Always makes me cry by the end of it.